Hello everyone, welcome to Jets TV. Please comment, rate, subscribe guys, comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also please share the videos as well. Really helps me get out there a new audience. This is going to be a recap of my week 7 picks. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First game I want to talk about, Giants-Cowboys. I took the Cowboys in this game and man, that got me a win. Giants 21, Cowboys 31. I mean, the basic summary of this game, it just seems like every single time that I watch the Cowboys, especially on this win streak that they have going, it's the same thing. It's the same game plan. Come in, run the ball solid, and everything else just falls into place. And that's exactly what happened here. They pretty much rode DeMarco Murray to a victory. He had 28 carries, 128 yards. He had a TD. Tony Romo, that opened up things in the passing game once again. 17 for 23. He had 279 yards throwing the ball. He had 3 TDs. He also had an interception. Dez Bryant, as usual, just active. 9 catches, 151 yards. Just everything on the Cowboys offense is just being generated through the run. And DeMarco Murray is just with this 100-yard streak that he's on, is just making a world of difference for that offense. Cowboys played solid defense as well, which is surprising again because, before the season started, coming in, they had the worst defense in the world last year. And this year, it just looks like they're finding their niches. Guys are just playing their assignment solid and doing what they need to do. I mean, the Giants' passing attack really wasn't much. Eli Manning, he was 21 to 33. He had 248 yards throwing the ball. He had 3 TDs, but it just wasn't enough. I mean, Larry Donald, he had 7 catches for 90 yards. He also had 2 really bad fumbles. The last fumble that he had pretty much sealed the game for the Cowboys. So, I mean, the Cowboys just continue to find ways to win, and they continue to do things that just sound solid football stuff. So shout out to the Cowboys, shout out to your fans, shout out to everyone in the Cowboys Nation that hits me in my inbox constantly to talk about the team. You guys got a win, and that got me a win, so thank you. Next game I want to talk about, Niners-Broncos. I took the Broncos, and boy, the Broncos came out big. Niners 17, Broncos 42. I mean, this game was just all about Peyton Manning. It was just all about Peyton Manning doing what Peyton Manning does. Peyton Manning was 22 of 26. He had 318 yards throwing the ball. He had 4 TDs. Just a monster day. Just an absolute monster day from Peyton Manning. He also breaks the all-time touchdown record that was held by Brett Favre. He now has 509 touchdowns thrown in his career. It's just awesome. The last touchdown, the record-breaking touchdown that he threw to Demaryius Thomas, and Demaryius went off this game. He had 8 catches, 171 yards. He had 2 TDs in this game as well. I mean, Wes Welker had 3 catches for 50 yards. He had a TD. Sanders, he had 3 catches for 41 yards. He had a TD. The Niners' game plan just did not work out. Offensively, they didn't look very well at all. Frank Gore only had 20 yards rushing. Kaepernick was 24 of 39. He had a TD. He also had an interception. The Niners just looked off on offense just the whole entire game. Broncos defense just kind of kept them in check. And the Niners defense was just giving it up left and right. The Niners are kind of on a spiral right now. Things are just not looking too well for them. And just to have them run into a buzzsaw that is the Broncos, things are just not going very well in Niner Nation. But hey, Broncos won. That got me a win. Shout out to Peyton Manning. It continues to just flourish. And this offense is just looking awesome. They're looking unstoppable right now. So shout out to Broncos fans as well. Broncos got a win, and that got me a win. Thank you. Last but not least, Jets-Patriots. I took the Patriots in this game, and sadly, it got me a win. Jets 25, Patriots 27. This is just a really odd game. The Jets rushed for over 200 yards. We dominated the time of possession, and we still lost the game. 2 plays that I really believe really costed us was we were running down into the red zone on one drive. Willie Colon gets a holding call. Boom, that pretty much killed our drive, stalls our drive there. We're running down to the red zone again. Odea Boucher, our other guard on the other side, he gets a holding call. Boom, that kills our drive right there. It's just things like that. When you play the Patriots, especially, because we're so tight and we're in the same division, you have to capitalize every single time in the red zone. You have to. Chris Ivory, 21 carries. He had 107 yards. He had a TD. Gino looked really good in this game. Gino was using his legs early. When things weren't there to throw the ball, he just took off and just got yards. That's just what he did. Gino was 21 of 34, 226 yards. He had a touchdown on the day as well. As I said, his rushing yards, he had 7 carries for 37 yards. Gino was doing what was necessary. Chris Johnson even got into the act. He had 13 carries for 61 yards. I mean, Eric Decker, he had 4 catches for 65 yards. We just did not do enough to win this game. It got all the way down to the last stretch, and we were able to, kick a field goal. The field goal ends up getting blocked, and that. I mean, Tom Brady, he looked decent. He was 20 of 37. He had 3 TDs. He also had 261 yards throwing the ball. Their running game was pretty much null and void. Shane Vereen had 11 carries for 43 yards, but Shane Vereen also had 3 receptions for 71 yards. That's just big stuff. So even if we stop a running back, if he's able to swing out, he just takes advantage that way. Rob Gronkowski had an average day, a pretty decent day, 5 catches, 68 yards, but it's just us not putting the ball into the end zone when it comes down to the red zone. So that's just something we got to work on. After this game, some other things transpired as far as our front office. We were able to sign Curly to a deal, another 4-year deal for around $16 million. I think it's $5.4 million guaranteed. I think that's an extremely solid deal. Extremely solid a deal for a guy like Curly, one of the better slot receivers in the league. I just wish we start using him more effectively, but this deal at least is going to keep him around for the next 4 years. We were also able to make a trade for Piercy Harvin. I think that's a big time trade. It's low risk, high reward. There's a lot that comes with Piercy Harvin. Everyone knows there's, a lot of drama surrounding him, fighting. He's very intense. A lot of stuff going on with his coaches and things like that. But I think if we can get a guy and bring him in here, because we only gave up, if we cut him this year, or if we cut him before the season starts in 2015, it's only a 6th-round pick. So that's not a big deal. If we don't and we keep him and he continues to play, we only give up a 4th-round pick. So it's not really that big of a deal for us. His deal that he's under right now could net him $10 million in the future. That doesn't matter. I mean, we could either restructure it, or honestly, we have enough cap space where I feel like, hey, we're in a position right now, we're the New York Jets. Not a lot of guys want to come in here and play. At least guys of his talent necessarily want to come in here and play all the time because of John Idzik and all the weird things that he's done with free agents. So if we can overpay a guy with that type of potential, if he delivers this year, then I don't have a problem overpaying one guy just a little bit more, just to get him in here, just to play, just to be a threat, just to be a guy that you have to respect on our offense. And if Piercy does what he needs to do, which I don't honestly think he's going to be the right away, the go away guy where he's just our number one, he's our Andre Johnson or anything like that. I don't think he's going to develop like that in our offense until possibly next season. I think he'll play very well, especially after our bye week. He'll be able to grasp more of our offense. They'll be able to do a lot of different things to get him involved. But I don't think he's going to be our go-to guy until next season, where he's in our offense. We have plays for him. We have packages for him, and he's cemented here with the Jets. So I'm expecting things out of Piercy Harvin, but I'm not expecting huge things until at least next year. I'm not expecting him to just take the ball, just go. I know he's going to help us in the return game, and like as I stated earlier just a second ago, he's going to help our offense open up as well. We might get some jet sweeps out of him. He might be able to break out as well, and just playing wide out, just a guy out there that's just a threat. So another threat added. I still think we should fire John Idzik, but I do think this is a very solid move, so salute to him. I don't think it's a move that he necessarily planned. I think it was a move where the Seahawks were just looking to release or let go of Piercy Harvin, looking for trades, and they just took a trade that we gave him because we offered them the most. But hey, nonetheless, he made the deal, he made the move, so salutes. So as usual, guys, it's go Jets, go Jets, go Jets. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Peace.